We're going to go through a hip flexion dynamic isometric exercise. So for this exercise, I'm going to start in my deep hip flexion range of motion, which will be my position here, and finish off at my end position, which will be down here. So it's going to be a one slow eccentric set. If I break the movement into three parts, if I consider up here my end range to about here my first position, and then from here to here my second position, and then just shy of complete opening, that would be my third position. I want to try and spend a bit of time in all those three positions. Now while I'm in those positions, it's about also providing as much movement variability that hip can get to, and also with other joints nearby. So for this particular exercise, the movement variabilities you'll be able to explore will be abduction, adduction, so moving the knee in and out. You'll have some degree of rotation, and you may also be able to play with knee rotation. Okay, so how this is going to work is I've attached a band to the bottom of the post, and I'm going to secure my ankle with the band. So I loop my foot through the band and then double band it so that I feel secure with this band now. Then I lie down onto my back, and I'm going to passively bring my knee into hip flexion. Okay, so I'm going to get my hands, take hold, and bring this knee in. Now, before I start the set, what I want to make sure is that when I let go, my knee doesn't just drop and I end up starting somewhere down here. I want to be able to keep tension in that first zone that I mentioned earlier. So, how this is going to work is from here, I actively pull my knee in. The other leg you can have straight or bent, and then I'll slowly take my arms away. If I feel the band is too strong to pull me and it's going to pull my knee down, then I can just use the other hand to hold and support and offload a bit of the resistance from the band. Then what I want to do is move in all those possible places that I mentioned. So here I'm exploring, I'm moving the knee out to the side, opening up the hip. I could explore maybe trying to rotate the hip a little bit, and then I'm moving it in, and I'm trying my best as I'm exploring all movement variabilities to stay in this zone one, keeping this knee relatively high. Again, adding a bit of rotation, adding a bit of ankle movement. Now as I start to fatigue, my leg drops a bit. You might feel you lose a bit of tension on the band, in which case shuffle back a little bit again, and then you can take that tension back up. So now I'm in zone two, I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm trying to resist that band. That band is slowly winning the battle. I'm trying to explore as many areas as possible as I eccentrically go through this movement. So once again, the knee went out, the knee's going in. I'm applying a little bit of rotation of the hip, maybe ankle movement. And then as that starts to fatigue, my leg will drop down a bit more. If I notice tension on the back easing off too much, I shuffle back a little bit more again. I just keep going for the duration of the set, trying to work as many areas as possible to the point where I finish with a complete straight leg. So that is an example set there. Just to recap, movement variabilities you have to play with is bringing the knee in and out, degrees of hip rotation, and even rotating the knee. Also, you can play with exactly the height of where you place the band. That will change the line of tension, and even the type of band you use for different types of resistance.